My name is Kiana Smith. I am so excited to be in this space with you all today. Before we define what space we're actually in, let me tell you a little bit about who I am. So, again, my name is Kiana Smith. I am the executive director for Tulsa Legacy Charter School in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I've been a lifelong educator. I started teaching at the age of 22. I became a middle school principal at the age of 25. I am now the executive director / superintendent. I'm also, on top of that, a real estate investor / agent. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I'm a consultant. And most importantly, right now, I am honored to be your Black History Month presenter for the 2020-21 school year. Now, I know history sits differently with different folks. Some people are history buffs and they love it. Some people are very turned off by history. They think it's boring, nothing but dates and figures and things of the past. Me, I love history. I believe history is not just the past, but it's something that we carry with us every single day. So I'm excited to talk to you guys and share with you some of the stories of excellence, people of creativity, those with tenacity and ingenuity, those that represent Black history that we carry with us every single day. Now, because I'm an educator, I have to give us a quiz. I have to start with a quiz. So with that being said, tell me this. What did it take for Madam C.J. Walker to make her first $1 million and become the first woman in the U.S. to be a self-made millionaire? Was it magic or was it grit? Number 2. What did it take for Shirley Chisholm to become the first African-American woman in the House of Representatives? Was it chance or was it her tenacity? What did it take for Charles Drew to be the first MD to use blood plasma to store blood for transfusion? Was it luck or ingenuity? And what did it take for the 1968 I Am a Man movement to challenge the economic institutions of our country and provide an extra breath to the civil rights movement that challenged our nation's policies and practices of unequal treatment? Was that fate or is that resilience? So I have the answers for you all. It wasn't magic. It was grit. It wasn't luck. It was ingenuity. And it wasn't fate. It was resiliency. That's who we are. Like James Baldwin said, history is not the past. It is the present. We carry our history with us. We are our own history. Since we are our history, we represent the grit of Madam C.J. Walker. And we become people like Robert Smith, whose net worth is $5.2 billion. His source of wealth, private equity. David Stewart, net wealth, $3.7 billion. Source of wealth, information technology. Then we have Oprah Winfrey, $2.5 billion. Source of wealth, media. Jay-Z, aka Sean Carter, aka Beyonce's husband. Net worth, $1 billion. Source of wealth, music. And then we have folks like Tyler Perry, who went from homelessness to building his own studio with a net worth of $1 billion. It's not magic that turned them into self-made billionaires. It was their grit. It was their grind. It was their hustle. It was their heart. It's that thing inside you that makes you want more. That thing that pushes you when someone tries to limit you. It's grit. It's a part of you. It's the dreamer in you, the visionary, the part that when everyone calls you crazy, but you have clarity of mind, that's you. It's in our history. We carry that with us every single day. And with that same grit, we have tenacity. Tenacity, we become people like Caleb Hanna, who was only 19 when he became a member of the West Virginia House of Delegates, or Kaylin Hayward, the youngest member of the state's legislature in Wisconsin at the age of 19. And we become notable folks like Kamala Harris, who is now the first African American and first woman vice president. It's a part of our history that says keep speaking, keep leading, keep believing, because one day it will be true. We represent the ingenuity of Charles Drew and become people like Dr. Emmett Chappell, a renowned NASA biochemist and inventor who holds 14 different U.S. patents, or Dr. Hadia Nicole Green, who is revolutionizing the way that we do cancer with laser treatment that kills the infected area. It's that part of us that keeps telling us to take risk, right? To think outside the box, dare to be different, to know failure does not define us, but only refines us. That's our history. We represent the resilient fight of the I Am movement and the Civil Rights movement, and we become the Black Lives Matter movement to bring awareness to the importance of Black lives. It is a movement that keeps our mouth moving, our minds turning, our feet pacing, our vision that we are the ones growing. Our history is something we should not sleep on, but something we wake up with and live with. The torch is not always a physical passing, but the acceptance that you are great. You dare to be the change, and you are the progression of those that came before us. Remember, Madam C.J. Walker, Charles Drew, Shirley Chisholm, and those that organized the I Am movement and the Civil Rights movement did not wake up to a magical wand ordaining them to be great. They were not knighted in some sort. They just understood and embraced that grit, tenacity, ingenuity, and resiliency is something that's going to take something ordinary and make it extraordinary and a part of our history. Remember, we carry our history with us. Therefore, we continue every single day to write the pages of what we want to be true, the change that we will be, the vision that we have. So tell me, what would it take for you? Now you fill in the blank. You fill in the blank. Because remember, you come from greatness. You have the grit. You have the tenacity. You have the ingenuity. And you have the resiliency to be great and continue our great legacy moving forward.